Hello, Cancer Souls. So, this is going to be a special new moon message for you all, kind of giving an energetic heads up of what type of themes are to be expected in the course of the next weeks. So, I do feel that for some of you Cancers, there's a huge focus on feeling free or finally feeling like you're able to release yourself from something quite difficult, toxic, overall just very binding in, again, a very negative sense. So for those of you that have been waiting for that time where you could just feel easy breezy, I feel like that's coming up in the next weeks. There's also something here related to some of you that have been going through what we call the dark night of the soul and returning to a lighter state of being. The lighter state of being, again, representing that your work in the shadows has been done, your grieving, your transformation, your pain has been processed, you're healing something or have been healing something quite difficult. For some of you, there's really deep trauma energy that has been worked through this time, and there's a lot of compensation coming up when it comes to those of you that have been doing that work, because emerging from the dark night of the soul into this light, it's almost like a feeling like you're having a second chance here to live again, coming back to life in an actual sense. So there's a feeling of some of you Cancers have been really down in an energy, in an energy that made yourself perhaps feel sorry for your own self again, or for those around you that couldn't help you, even though you it's almost like a feeling like for some of you Cancers, you have been people have been witnessing your sorrow without really knowing how to help you. And I feel like there's a shift there again when it comes to feeling available to accept here support, help, returning to an energy of friendliness, your social life picking up here. So it's like things you have been away from that are very good for you. They're very good to the maintenance of your good spirit, your humor, your joy. Those are the things you're returning to, and that this new moon energy, which is in your sign, propels you into experience. I'm sorry. There's also a feeling of happiness towards the future. Again, happiness, it's like some of you are smiling when you're thinking about tomorrow because the worst is behind you. For those of you that are still struggling, if you're questioning if the next weeks are even going to be more difficult, for the majority of you, it's not felt that way. What is indicated is that the worst is over. So it's picking up the pieces as you move into the next weeks. There's a major transition that basically some of you are making during this time that is not easy, and there's a lot of repeating of this for you, that it's like almost like this spiritual embrace that understands how difficult it has been for you, or how difficult just it is to to move through certain experiences in life that no one prepares for. And I feel like in that regard, many of you are just moving into a very positive period when you compare it to where you have come from or what you have recently dealt with. So it's going to look better and better as we move into the next weeks, and August in particular presents like a relief, a sensation of relief, and a sensation of reconnection with things that are so important to you. And that is all, again, laid out in the foundation of freedom that I was speaking about. Because now that some of you feel or will be feeling quite free, everything is possible. There's also an energy of Cancers here that have limited yourselves a lot, not doing that anymore. So these limitations, for some, have a lot to deal with insecurities. Some of you cancers have insecurities when it comes to you and your body image, or something about your physical aspect that you also here to either recover or move beyond, like to embrace your beauty as it is. Yes, striving to make it better if that's what you want, but it's accepting your beauty as an inside out reflection. So I feel like there's some of you that this physical concern, or it could be a matter of aesthetics, it could be just not feeling good in your body, it could be so many things, but when Venus enters your sign and it leaves Gemini, where it has been for a long period because of the retrograde energy, and it's not direct, when Venus moves into Cancer, you're going to feel the benefits of that, being that Venus is an energy that represents beauty, and it represents our sense of worth and our sense of self. And being that will be in your sign will make you feel more at peace and also more attractive on its own. So this is a particular message for those of you that don't feel attractive, don't feel beautiful, don't feel something in the Venus world of themes, which one of them is majorly beauty, as a reflection again of your self-love. So loving yourself fundamentally is what's going to lead you into the discovery of a clear picture of what you see in the mirror, Cancer. So it's like you might see wrong where there's nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of scrutiny in terms of your imperfections that also don't make it easy for you to breathe. If you overly focus on your imperfections, you're not going to see beyond that. So there's also that theme that it's more of a challenge presented in the next weeks for those of you that are struggling with insecurities, is that if you focus too much on imperfections, that's what you're only going to see. Remember that where we put our energy is what we bring more of into our life. So you want to expand the positives, the good things, not the wrong ones, or where you see wrong or where you see fault. You know what I mean? So I hope you have a great new moon cycle. I want to thank all of you that have been liking, sharing, supporting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it, and please keep doing so. If you'd like to have a personal reading, just email me. The email is in the description box below. Happy new moon.